is Joe in Green, and welcome to Crash Class because Crash Course is taken and we don't want to get sued. Today we will talk about the Second Industrial Revolution of the United States, an era usually associated between the years 1870 to the 1914s. When was the first, and why did the U.S. experience a second wave of industrialization? Well, you ignorant child, the first industrial revolution occurred somewhere between the early 1900s, where immigrants such as Francis Lowell brought with them the stolen technologies of Europe. Here, these men established the factory system, overturning the traditional method of production during this era, the putting out system. With the advent of the factory system came the advancements of new technologies to increase production of goods and better ways to transport them. For example, the first industrial revolution saw the creation of the American system by Henry Clay, which sought to promote internal improvements like the creation of the Erie Canal for the purpose of stimulating trade and the economy. However, this period saw the invention of the cotton gin, the Mexican-American War, and the increase in sectionalism, thereby ending because of the Civil War. However, the Civil War didn't end industrialization. Matter of fact, things would once again start propelling after the Civil War. Now here's Angel Lava to explain more.
Push. Well, hello. So, it's important to note what caused the Second Industrial Revolution. And there are many reasons. For example, westward expansion into the West Mississippi West. Now that opposition to keep the balance of pro and anti-slave states have now been quelled. So there was like westward expansion, and with these new lands we got more natural resources such as coal, iron ore, and oil, which was important because coal powered a lot of energy to, it gave energy to power factories, electricity, etc. There was also an increase or influx of immigration, which served as a labor. Another reason for the increase in production and economy during this era was, let's say, fair economics, which Democrats and Republicans advocated. Here, the government did little to regulate commerce or businesses, and because of that, we had these American inventors and inventions creating things like Andrew Carnegie, whose improvements on the Bessemer process created higher quality and more abundance of iron. John D. Rockefeller, who made oil cheaper. These men made price drops because of competition. Like, for example, Rockefeller lowered prices to stop out competitors because consumers always tried to pick the cheaper products to save money. And thanks to his wit and the help of geniuses, he improved the oil extracting process, allowing him to increase production, thereby allowing him to sell less because he outproduced his opponents. Economics, bro. Thereby allowing people to purchase more and or invest in creating more buildings, etc.
Now going into greater detail, the Second Industrial Revolution of the United States was an era of rampant injustice and inequality. Here society found themselves being oppressed by the tyranny of minorities such as the robber barons. These capitalists or industrialists ebbed free market competition by utilizing inhumane tactics of monopolies and horizontal and vertical integration.
Give me your money. You too, give me your money.
And in the pursuance of higher gain and profit, cut wages and increased work hours, which was possible thanks to the rising influx of immigration. I'm the immigration police.
Ay, caramba!
They got away! Because of these unequal distribution of wealth and injustice, union membership increased to combat these tyrannical men. Or that's what the socialists who wrote your AP US history textbooks want you to believe. Unfortunately for them, 2 years with Mr. Penguin had taught us right from wrong, and reality seems to agree. For example, the typical per capita income for an American was $227, where compared to the British and French counterparts, for typically $181 for the British and $161 for the French men. I'm French and I make $161 a year.
I'm British and I make $181 a year.
I trump all you guys. I make $227 a year.
City males living in America and working in the cities usually earn $750 a year, and American farmers $550. And specialized workers earn even more, and they pay 3% in income tax compared to the 9% of the British and the 12% of the French. This business sells dirty food.
And he's dirty.
This is an issue liberals and muckrakers have trouble realizing, because if things were so bad economically, meaning wages were low and many were being oppressed by the rich, why was there an influx of immigrants going to the United States? If the U.S. was corrupt and gave low wages. Answer that, John Green. Score 1 for Mr. Penguin. John Green 0. Oh, it's time for the mystery document. You know what that means. If I guess it right, then I get spared. If I don't, then I get shocked. We rented an apartment in a workers' district and furnished it on the installment plan. That apartment at $18 a month was equipped with all sorts of conveniences that we Europeans were quite unused to. Electric lights, gas, cooking range, bath, telephone, automatic service, elevator, and even a chute for garbage. Well, I know he's a European, but I don't know who he is, so I guess I got it wrong. Angel?
It was by Leon Trotsky, who came to America and lived there to hide from Stalin.
Well, I guess I get electrocuted. Never mind, I don't want to do it. So, Angel's gonna take my place.
Wait, what? I don't want to do it. Due to unforeseen circumstances, my friend Joanne Green was unable to make it here today. So, to go further ado, in retaliation of the robber barons, union leaders and wagers and workers rose up against the oppressive regime of these robber barons, or who I'd like to say captains of industries, in a number of strikes, such as the Homestead Strike, the Railroad Strike, the Haymarket Strike, and the Pullman Strike.
Strike!
Money! Productivity! Why? We have to undercut them. Because of the switch to science and the sacredness of science, thanks to scientists who rose up in this era, such as Thomas Edison, Sigmund Freud, and Charles Darwin, society created based on natural selection on how these captains of industries became so successful. Okay, so natural selection, it begins with the zebra. Pretend that it was all black, and because it was more visible, it goes on to down. Slowly, it would become white because it would blend in the environment. And because of that, those that had some white shades was able to spread its genes into the pool and in their population and species, therefore creating a new species, the zebra. But they use this to describe industrialists such as Andrew Carnegie, because Andrew Carnegie was an immigrant, a Scottish immigrant who arrived to the United States dirt poor, and how he ended up to be this millionaire, cajillionaire. People described how these robber barons or captains of industries or industrialists became successful because they weren't lazy compared to the regular dirt plebeian like Justin, who did nothing but watch and lounge all day doing nothing, doing drugs and drinking alcohol.
I'm poor.
I'm average.
I'm rich.
So, social Darwinism is the name that they used to apply natural selection theories of Darwin into society. They also used it to describe how white people were better off than black people, why Asians are... Yes, Progressive Party grew from the Gilded Ages, from populists and the Grangers, and they became the main dominating political party of this period with Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt was an amazing president. He would lead the U.S.
Here at Progressive, we take in immigrants, women, anyone. We know you want insurance for your basic rights. Are you a fan yet? Progressive Insurance is here for you.
But the Progressives were these political party who sought to increase the scope of government, the federal government's powers in the lives of the people, which will be... This can be seen with the passing of the progressive amendments, such as the 16 with the income tax, 17 direct election of senators, 18 prohibition, and 19 women's suffrage. Presidents such as Theodore Roosevelt and Howard Taft saw the expansion of the government's power during this period. This can be seen in the passing of the Sherman Antitrust Act, the creation of the Interstate Commerce Commission, who sought to stifle the power of big business, overturning the ideas of laissez-faire economics. Okay, so I'll be talking about the Gospel of Wealth, the philosophy created and promoted by Andrew Carnegie on that rich people, such as himself, should help aid the lower people in his society, but it wasn't their obligation. For example, Carnegie, being a self-made man like him, sought to create libraries so people could get an education, and then from that education you can get a nice, meaningful job, and with that you can move up the rungs of society. Because of this, many captains of industry, such as Rockefeller, created institutions and universities. For example, Rockefeller created this hospital which cured yellow fever. Carnegie sponsored the creation of many libraries across the United States. Carnegie Hall, Carnegie University.
I'm poor. Give me money. I'm a philanthropist.
And I already give up.
There you go.
3, 2, 1, action.
Hello, my name is Joan Green and welcome to Crash Class, because Crash Course is taken. I can't do it, guys.
Deanica was the one who wanted to be the person, now she has to be.
I know. This was not a good idea.
Just restart from where you messed up.
That was a tongue. Action.
You're not getting wages. I'm hired immigrants to take the work. You're gonna be poor.
Right.
I'm gonna hire your
flexible labor.
I'm gonna.
I'm getting dizzy.
I am.
I'm gonna go the other. Okay. Strike.
Strike.
Psych. Psych. How dare you take my money?
Here, have it raised.
Psych. Here's 8-hour work.
Hey!
No.
Annie, get it back.
Give it. You think?
I'm not ready. Hello, my name is... Wait, am I supposed to use my name or like...
No, you can use whatever name you feel like.
Because didn't we say John or...
No, Joan.
Joan Green?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, wait, no!
Action.
Never mind, I don't feel like getting electrocuted, so... Angel's gonna take my place!
Okay.
Did we get in here?
Snap. Action.
Give me your money. That sounds so weird. You said not to sound like a robber, but that's all like.
Couldn't it work as robber baron?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, go on, move on.
Give me your money. That sounds. Okay.
Action.
I'm the immigration police. They got away.
You guys are supposed to say how much you.
I thought you were so.
Action.
I'm a philanthropist.
And I'm poor.
You didn't do it